All right. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. So Wednesday is always happy because we have like all these like friends gathering for our Zoom party every Wednesday. And today, it's going to be a very interesting topic, perimenopause. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jun Sung. I am located in Columbus, Ohio. I have been in the holistic wellness and beauty business for 16 years. And this is, I just had my 52 birthday, and people they're like amazed, like, okay, why you look so young? I am so fortunate to be able to enjoy the New Skin and the Pharmanex products for 16 years. So that means I started my anti-aging journey at age of 35. I didn't know anything about the menopause because I didn't realize because I didn't have any symptoms, right? I probably had a very mild symptoms, and maybe because I was on or I have been on their nutrition products for so many years. Maybe my body like has very little reaction to whatever menopause or perimenopause. But now I know that average menopause for women is around like 52, and I can start I start feeling some of that symptoms and some of the symptoms, but not a lot. But today, I wanted to invite Tracy Baum from Utah, a very good friend and a very good friend in business and a personal friend. And she had a lot of experience recently about perimenopause. And then she's also the business, I think the Blue Diamonds and amazing husband, Patrick Baum, the mother of two kids, three. Oh my gosh, three kids. Okay, right. So I wanted to invite Tracy to talk about all the issues she's been having. And I didn't realize recently when I did research, I just realized that there are at least like 37 symptoms associated with perimenopause. And women at this age, it's around like between 40. Some people they start other symptoms at 40-year-old or even late 30s, like 40 to 55, the perimenopause symptoms. And because of the hormone changes, that's going to damage everything. That's going to change everything in our body. And then your everything. I'm talking about everything, so many things. And I have been working with some of the customers, and they have been talking to me about, well, why this is so, what's going on? I have been doing very well, exercising and healthy eating. Then whatever I did before, it's not working anymore. I'm gaining weight, and I'm having my frozen shoulder, and I'm having so many issues, like blood pressure, blood sugar, everything, bad sleep. I can't sleep, hot flash, and I know like everyone knows about the hot flash, but I didn't know about a lot of things I actually associate with perimenopause. That I was amazed. So I was like talking to Tracy. We need to really help women, 40 above to realize or to know there are solutions. And people, they get so overwhelmed, seriously overwhelmed. And because there's 37 symptoms associated with that, right? So where do you get started? Like how do you do? And also so much conflicting information out there. And that means like you don't even know who do you listen to. Some people say no, you should not be doing this. Some people say yeah, you have to do this. So it's just like it's a maze, right? People they came to me and then they kind of like got really frustrated. And I'm glad we have solutions. So first, I wanted to have Tracy to talk about her experience and how she's like dealing with this and what's the before after. And here you go, Tracy.
All
Go,
right,
Tracy.
June. Thank you so much. I love these calls. I feel like they just provide so much information. And my journey started about 2 years ago, but this past year was, in a few words, hell. Um, and I feel like as a woman, especially, when you're married or you have a partner, it can cause a lot of issues. And especially if you don't have, a husband or partner that is patient.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, and I really didn't even know that some of this stuff that was happening was, kind of coming into perimenopause, because I felt like I was young when it started coming. It was about 47. I just turned 49 last year. And so these symptoms can last over 10 years. Like I was starting to really educate myself. I was reading books and listening. And when I finally figured out what was going on, I felt overwhelmed, but also relief of like, okay, now I know what it is, and these are some of the solutions that I have. And I will say, everybody's different. There are a lot of things out there for different people. Me personally, I did not want to get on any type of hormone replacement therapy. I wanted
Mhm.
to do things holistically, and knowing that our Pharmanex line is truly the best, especially with the selection of the ingredients and how New Skin clinically studies them, I knew that I would be in good hands. And so there are of some products that I started using, and I wish I would have started earlier, because it would have saved me a little bit of heartache. And I do believe that being patient with yourself and the supplements, because I feel like we want solutions immediately, especially if we're like, oh, I'm going to just give this 30 days. And
Mhm.
some things take a little bit longer. I feel like you really need to give it. And we have Dr. Stephanie Cunningham on here, and she can probably put some in the chat. Some of our stuff need 60 to 90 days before your body really starts to go through those changes, because we're losing estrogen and progesterone. And for me, the hot flashes they felt like deadly to me. And any woman that has ever gone through it, how it feels. It felt like I was having a needle of hot lava into my veins, and I was
Wow.
up literally every hour. And so I started on our Astera, which there's Astera 2 and Astera 3.
Yeah.
Stera 2 is for the peri, and 3 is for in the menopause. And I started having my symptoms go away, and then the feel calm. And we'll put this all in the chat for anybody. I'm actually out of Astera. I just ran out yesterday, and I'm in
Mhm.
Texas, so I haven't been to New Skin yet. But I will say that youth, feel calm, the Astera, and Meta have been a game changer. And I've always been taking Life Pack, of course, but and we'll kind of go through each one. But you guys, one of the things I was feeling so much better, and then there was about 2 or 3 weeks where all of a sudden, and it was in February, when the anniversary of my ex-husband that committed suicide, and I had this subconscious stress going on,
Mhm.
and all the hot flashes came back, and I was like, what is wrong? Why is it coming back? And everything that I have been reading, when you have high stress and cortisol,
Mhm.
that can really create those symptoms. And feel calm is great, but I also needed to do a little bit more meditation, and really forgiving myself and letting some things go. And
Right.
so just know that sometimes there's things going on in your life that can create those things that bring back stuff. And stress is a big culprit in our body, like the bloating that happens, and then inflammation is massive. I could not believe that with just a few changes that I did with the supplementation. And I really feel like perimenopause, and I'm not in menopause yet, but for me, it's like there's phases, right? If you are not getting supplements and you're not getting adequate sleep, you are not going to want to eat well and work out.
Right.
You
That's
don't,
exactly
because your cortisol, it's like you're tired, and then you're like, I'm not going to go to the gym. And wanting to eat healthy, it's like you want the other things like salt and grease and bad things for you. And so I think it's important to to give yourself grace in the phases of how you do this. And so you got to get on the supplements. And I feel like, and now maybe June, you'll agree, our youth is so good for inflammation.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is probably the one supplement that also helps with our skin, because when we start going through perimenopause, our hair, our skin starts looking dull, and so this is a great product. And of course, the Meta is going to help with your metabolic system. I feel like this is not, you got to give it longer than 30 days. Like, I feel like you need 3 months. And then of course the Feel Calm and the Astera. But I want to share with you a couple of other things that are not related to the supplements that have been a game changer for me, because as we start noticing that our bodies, I can't work out like Patrick, and I can't work out like I did when I was in my 20s and my 30s. And so I started, instead of running for 20 minutes on the treadmill, I started doing 5 rounds of this interval thing that has been a game changer for me. 30 seconds of some sort of sprint, or like get your heart rate up and then rest for 90 seconds. I've been doing that and weight training, and my body is just really loving what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And then of course, I'm eating more protein, because when you were here, I've always ate really well, but I was like, I'm not getting enough protein in. And I've always drank my shakes, but I was only doing one a day, and now I'm doing them with every single meal, or I'll have my protein bar. And so it has been a game changer. And then also, of course, creatine. New Skin doesn't sell creatine, but creatine is huge. And everything that I've been reading about it and the studies that have come, I'm noticing these changes in my body. And so I was really afraid of creatine, because I thought it was like a something for men to, with muscles. It's helped my brain fog. It's helped with my energy. And then just all of a sudden there's muscles that are coming out of nowhere that I didn't really notice before. And so I wanted to share a picture with
Yeah,
you
you can.
guys.
I
Okay,
just.
perfect.
Yeah.
And I wanted to show you this, and I'm in my bathing suit, because this is, for me, it kind of just shows truly.
Hmm.
This is when I was in Australia, and you can even see my legs where there's, they're bigger, and then look at my stomach. It's just this the circumference of my legs, and then of course the space is a little bit different. But this shows you in like a little over 90 days of these changes that I did. And so I truly feel like our supplements have been a game changer for me. Astera, I don't know why I waited so long. Because someone told me, and I think I tried it for a month, and I was like, oh, it didn't work for me, and I quit taking it. But I got to my wit's end, and I was like, if something doesn't change, I really just felt like I was going crazy. And when you're not sleeping, it's a vicious cycle that just keeps going and going and going. And so I have more energy. I feel like I'm on the right track. My body is getting back. And yes, Astera, it's just been probably the most changing for me in my perimenopause symptoms. And then of course, this little pack here, game changer. So
Thank you.
so that's my story, and what I've been doing, and I'm so grateful that we have this platform together. And so you guys don't leave, because June is going to talk about something that she's been doing with her customers, and how she helped a woman in perimenopause, or was it menopause? Was
I
it?
think the perimenopause and she and I same age.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
Uh,
guys, June has a wealth of knowledge. I love just learning from her, and just she's going to talk a little bit about our TR90 system. And so, June, why don't you like tell us what you did? Because when I heard this, I was so excited. And I love our shakes. I love our TR90, but I don't think enough people know the importance of it and what it can really do to our bodies to get rid of fat and build muscle.
right. Okay.
So.
So when I listened to Tracy's talk, and so basically Tracy talked about like how many symptoms did you have? Like you had a weight gain, you had hot flash,
Brain fog,
right?
irritability. I constantly wanted to eat, even though I wasn't really hungry.
Right. It's just craving, right? The crave,
Craving,
yeah.
mhm,
And then what else? Like there,
a joint pain,
oh yeah,
major joint pain, especially in my elbow. I still have a little bit of tendonitis, but the Renew Spa helps with that, and then of course youth is
right.
been big.
Right. So I just realized that because I did not have many symptoms. Now, this year I'm 52. I think that's because I was on the nutrition for a long time. And I started at Estera like 2 or 3 years ago, like maybe 47 or something, because I know that I'm approaching menopause. I don't know when exactly, but I'm getting that early. Okay. So people are talking about their Estera. So when we think about menopause and perimenopause, and then when you reach 40 or sometimes 45, so 45, that's the time I felt my body shape a little bit different because I was always skinny when I was young. So I was like skinny type. And so when I reached 45, I felt my body a little bit like loose. You don't see very toned muscle. That was the time I started TR90 program, my transformation in 90 days. But I didn't do that for perimenopause issue because I thought, okay, so when you age, when you get older, you are going to gain weight. It's kind of like I didn't know it's related to perimenopause. I didn't even know the word perimenopause. Like I know about I was like, okay, menopause is too far, like 50 or 52, right? So that was the time, but only recently I started to realize, okay, so perimenopause is like before you have the menopause, which means you stopped periods, right? So that be like 10 years before you start period, there could be any time between 40 and 50, you're gonna have all these issues. And all because of a hormone changes. Because of hormone changes, it's gonna mess up with your metabolism and then mess up with your like your the ability to have like the bone issue. There's a bone density issue and the
Mhm.
joint. And then recently I start to feel a little bit about the joints. And like even if you feel like it's not very flexible, right? It's something like stiff. And I
Yeah.
can feel the stiffness recently. Like I never felt that before. And then I started looking into perimenopause issues. So first of all, like we talk about, there are a few things like related to that. So we have to address all these issues. It's very overwhelming. Okay, first of all, it's metabolism. So metabolism, it's off. It's really off. It's like your metabolism, like your resting metabolism going down, and that's responsible for your weight gain. Yeah. So if your resting metabolism going down, and you're gonna ability to consume their daily calorie input is going to go down. So the same thing you're eating, you're going to gain weight, right? So and then metabolism go down and also mess up with the heart cardiovascular issues like the heart disease and all these diseases like the blood pressure. So that's when my friend came to me like say, okay, my blood pressure is like borderline. Then my doctor asked me to take medication. If I don't take it, then I mean, if I don't reduce my weight or something, and then I'm going to be on medication forever. So metabolism is a key. So resetting your metabolism, I feel so grateful because the meta is it's resetting overall metabolism. So think about overall metabolism, including your weight gain, including your other cardiovascular issues like blood pressure, cholesterol, all these issues by just one simple product. And then the gut health has issues. So I think like for TR90, the first thing to talk about is this is the first phase for people to get started. And for some people, they will get overwhelmed, like, oh, so many things, right? So many things. Where do I get started? Of course, they're resetting your metabolism and then getting this gut health because a lot of people, they have their middle part of your body, the belly fat. So
Yeah.
belly fat, many issue related to your their bloating. Yeah, and also the gut health issue. And so you have bloating, the middle part. And in Chinese medicine or acupuncture or something, they talk about your middle part, this, like from here to your belly button, that's your middle part. Then this is the top in the middle, right? So the middle part determine, like, is related to your gut health, the stomach or gut health, determine your body shape and the belly fat. So, and then we really need a Renew Spa to detox yourself. So I really start people with Renew Spa and plus this too, metabolism, because that will get you started. You can feel like last time I have a customer, she talked about after Meta, she felt her, like, even her period came back. Well, it's not for sure, right? But I mean, it's not meant to for a period coming back. But the Meta also balance your hormone as well, the metabolism, because metabolism, like in hormone, they're related, and also help with the stress level as well. So that's something I think the first thing I will address that from this and the Renew Spa. And Renew Spa is so important because the reason we gain weight and a lot of things, like people they have migraine, it's all because the toxin cannot get out. So lymphatic circulation, it's very true, but Western medicine doesn't recognize that because Western medicine doesn't study lymphatic drainage, lymphatic circulation that much, right? So, and so that, I mean, Meta is critical. Yeah. So I'm out of Meta because I forgot to order, and then it's on the way because I can feel the difference. I
Yeah, and
can feel the difference. Okay, I can feel.
on Meta, I have to tell you, so if you snore at night or your husband snores, I was that was one of the things that I noticed. I quit snoring.
Right. I mean, this is something I feel like, oh my gosh, I cannot live without that because it's on the way and I'm out of this matter right now. So I'm like so anxious right now. That's the first thing in the gut health and this in the Renew Spa. That's the first thing to get started, to get used to it, because it's easy. Because when we coach people, because I have Meta, normally I recommend people to do maybe like 4 before you go to bed, like 1 hour before go to bed, because when you're sleeping, it's a time to reset your metabolism. And some people will feel different. They can do like 2 and 2 like after breakfast or dinner. And this just add one when you eat your
Yep.
lunch and pick you up, energy pick up. So it's very minimum change to your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because people get overwhelmed easily, especially people like during the perimenopause pause stage. People like, oh
Yeah.
my, things, yeah. So that's the first step I normally help people start. And once they start feeling okay, yeah, I can feel the difference, and that helps with sleep. I have a customer just give a feedback about now she can fall asleep naturally and wake up like at night. Even she wakes up, she can go back to sleep. In the morning, she will feel okay, it's clear head, like not foggy at all. So that's something helped me a lot after 45. I felt sleeping was something pretty challenging for me to fall asleep. So I had Meta, and that helped a lot. So that's something I definitely recommend in the Renew Spa. Um, so in the second phase, I really, Asterin, right? Asterin, because hormone is like a lot of time if you have all these issues, the doctor will recommend hormone therapy, their therapy, right? Treatment, TR, no, HR, hormone treatment therapy, something, right?
Hormone replacement therapy.
Hormone replacement therapy, yeah, HRT, yeah. So there are a lot of argument about that, safe or not. And to be safe, just to use their natural plant-based, right? Then, so Astera 2 is for perimenopause. And Astera 3 is for like after you're pretty, like you're stopped, period. So that's post menopause, right? So
Right.
that Astera 2 is so important because it really, I have so many people reported help with their hot flashes, because hot flash is really something about hormone, like lack of hormone, like the fluctuation. So many people, they talked about this is a simple replacement for your, whatever hormone replacement therapy. And so, that's something I will add for people. They feel a lot of the symptoms the next. And then use, I will add as well. And for people, because we know that when we get older, our like it's just like our joints not flexible, right? Use in the I think collagen is a must as well, because when you reach their menopause stage, you see most people their face they will age like off the cliff. It just all of a sudden they're okay, and then they will be like that because
Uh-huh.
face will be saggy, a lot of wrinkle, dry skin, everything, and because we're losing collagen like crazy.
Yeah, like 1.5% after 30 or after you turn 30 every year.
And after like during menopause stage, like we're gonna be losing collagen like crazy, and you will see your face will be dry and
Mm,
not plump anymore, right? So you
right.
don't radiant. It's just like all of a sudden they're like,
Do you only take do you take two at night, two during the day and two at night, only 4 a day, or do you do more?
this is I do 4 a day, yeah. But some
Okay.
people oh, and people they actually take more meta if they wanted to lose weight faster. They do 3-3, and it's I mean it's okay because it like well some people have a lot of inflammation, and this is something you can take more. Inflammation, like I can feel the difference if I don't take use, and I feel my joints will be very very stiff.
Stiff. Yep, I agree.
Needed in my ankle, everything. So and then shake. Shake is something I think very, very important. I'm going to show you guys a very simple routine, which I did for helping people. It's like, how do you get everything together, right? So there's so many things you need to do. So I created a program called TR90. Actually, it's not like I created. I learned that from um, a lot of teachers from Korea, from Hong Kong, and they're very particular about body shape. Okay, so they're very, very particular about body shape. Let me just show you guys a very quick picture. Let me show you some example. So how do you lose and gain back your wellness? Am I okay? Hold on. Okay. Uh, how do you like gain back your wellness and also your body shape? And this is like 6 months, and she lost like 36 pounds. When she first started, and she's basically like 50, same age as me, like 51 or 50, yeah. And then she started because because she's a piano teacher, and then her blood pressure is high, and her doctor said you have to lose weight. So she's very motivated. And so basically, we start by meta and a shake. And that's something for metabolism and also the meal. If we can fix metabolism and fix how healthy you're eating, you basically fix like 80% of your weight issue, because resting metabolism accounts for at least 70% of your calorie consumption. Okay, so that's the first thing. Like meta is so powerful, and so there. Why we have shake? Because every meal we want to have at least 30 grams of protein for a normal sized woman. Men will have more, and there's some formula to calculate based on your weight. But remember, like most of us, we don't have enough protein for breakfast, or sometimes we have a lot of protein at dinner but not enough protein for lunch. So we want to make sure like there's 30 grams for each meal, because protein gives you muscle can burn more fat, right? And also when you consume the protein, actually your body is consuming the calorie burn fat. So that's why protein is so important in the end. And because if you think about that, there's not always a time, right? You don't have enough time to prepare 3 meals. So basically, breakfast and dinner, we will use the shake, especially dinner. You're gonna use shake. That will reduce your fat, like calorie intake a lot. And plus, because there's only there like one scoop, like 15 grams of protein and grain. And that means you're saving protein plus grain, okay, and only 100 calories. So that's the reason I created a daily schedule for for her. And so we definitely can create a daily schedule like for you based on your daily schedule, right? And based on like whatever you do. So in this daily schedule, we will discuss your what do you eat, what time do you eat, right? Like so basically like how to eat healthy and what time do you eat, because the time also matters. And also the exercise, we are breaking down the exercise to your daily lifestyle. You don't have to go to gym. Like if you don't, like if you already go to gym, that's good. But if you don't have time, because she didn't go to gym at all because she didn't have time. And so we plan their exercise like 15 minutes, like before the breakfast, and like some exercise before dinner, or like after dinner, take a walk, and then little activities. So basically, as long as you add activity to your life, like some of people, they're changing, like instead of sitting down to take phone call, people will stand up. So all these things, we will create everything together in a way supplements. So that's a system we have, very simple. So basically with the lifestyle, exercise, eating, and the supplements in all together, create a system for you. So like very important, you have 2 shakes a day and 1 normal meal. And so we also teach you how to have the normal meal, right? And what is the portion, how to use your hand to portion, and what do you eat for snack, and how do you shop for grocery. So this is something I think is so powerful, because when I went to like different wellness center, nobody can do something like that. And so that's why my customer, she came back to me. She's like, she tried different whatever weight loss program, whatever. There's a lot of fancy ones. There's keto, there's something. And then she like, nothing worked. And then I just give her this advice. And she came back saying like 3 months, I lost like 20 pounds. I didn't even realize I was losing. So
Wow.
and like once you combine everything into a very simple system, you just like follow that. Like you want to make sure you have consistent like get up, and then you do exercise before eating breakfast. And what do you eat breakfast? You have shake, and you can put in something, do a smoothie, and have a +2 egg whites. I can tell you very specifically what you eat. All right. And lunch, what do you eat? And dinner, what do you eat? If you can fix 1 meal a day and a 2 meal breakfast and dinner with shake, you can easily do it, right? So that's very simple system. And plus the our supplements, and then add a little bit exercise, moving around activity, and you're gonna be able to like lose. And that's how she lost like so much weight, and she didn't even go to gym. And so that is like effortless. We want to make that lifestyle. So that's sustainable. So that's something like TR90, the wellness program. And I will be teaching and promoting to everyone. I will be sharing to Tracy as well. And she will be doing the 7-day challenge. And we are starting our 7-day challenge. And for people, you already have products, you definitely need to get in, okay? Because you need to learn some basics. And you are going to educate yourself. You're not depending on the wellness coach or on the doctor. You wanted to educate yourself. You understand where you're why you're doing this and how you're doing this, right? And then you see results, and then you can teach other people. So that would be something like 7-day challenge. You will learn this. And then if you wanted to have the wellness coach to work with you to create a, there we have wellness assessment, we have scanner, we have body composition scale, we have a questionnaire survey, like with 3 tools, like with numbers, and we always look at numbers. So we're not going to talk about weight loss; it's really fat loss. Okay, so
Right.
so that's what I say, any weight loss damaging your muscle, it's bad. Okay, a lot of weight loss program, they focus on weight, but all these program, they're like damaging the muscle. They're Ozempic, like all this,
Yeah.
and oh, that's so bad. Like your muscles are damaged, your metabolism is damaged.
I
And
quit I quit getting on the scale
yeah,
to see how much weight I lost, because
right,
actually muscle weighs more than fat. I mean, like, because
right,
I've been doing this program,
right,
I have more muscle, and I know if I get on the scale, I'm gonna weigh more, because
right. Yes,
I
yeah.
have to determine, like, how do you look and how you feel.
Yes, so you wanted to body toned body, right? So that would be reduce the fat and increase muscle, and the muscle increase will increase your weight. So sometimes you probably just lose like 5 pounds, but you look like you slim a lot, right? So
Right.
that's the reason we use another scale. We have a body composition scale. So with that, you almost like you're working with their wellness coach, like one center for free, because how much money they charge one center? I mean, thousands of dollars.
And they don't have a money back guarantee on.
Yeah. So I feel like we're so confident, and then we wanted to do start this like we're gonna start the 70 challenge like on Sunday, and then we all start and get something, the scientific way looking at numbers, analyzing numbers, and that's that's how those Korean people, Japanese, and the Southeast Asian people, when they get out, their body shape is like perfect. Their body shape is almost like model. They will show their before and after. And all these Korean people, because they're very specific, the numbers, and they measure every day. So I probably don't want to overwhelm you guys because that, I mean, Asians like more particular. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but I just telling you, like, they measure morning, night. They look at a number, they adjust. And the coach, we have to like look at their number, and then we give them at least a 1 week, help them recognize all these numbers and how to adjust based on numbers. So
Cool. Love it. I'm down for it. And listen, this is perfect timing because summer is 72 days away.
yeah,
Who wants to have the best body by summer? You raise your hand. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, whether it's a little bit more tone or, you have a little bit more muscle and you feel more confident. And we all know that when your body transforms, then that's where cellulite starts to melt away. And you can't put a price on feeling better. I
right.
mean, especially if you've been going through perimenopause or menopause and you're just like, I'm about to lose my mind. This is going to help you get into the phase of we got to get you feeling good so that you can
Right.
start making these changes. Because if you don't, like, you're going to pay now or later.
Yeah, you pay more later. Yeah, you definitely pay more
You're
later.
going to pay more later, whether it's because I just was at MD Anderson with my dad. And there was a lot of people in there, and I was talking to a couple of them, and it's like, yeah, the doctor said to stop eating red meat. Then they told me to do this, and I'm like, oh, so food and exercise and supplements.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so you got to start now instead of waiting until the doctor says you have type 2 diabetes or you're overweight or you've got this going on or you have cancer.
yeah. You don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that.
Manage our wellness and join our 7-day program and 7-day challenge program to get to know about that. And then I like when we do TR90, it's actually 90 days. And we know that you need to have at least 90 days for your body to,
Reset.
yeah, reset your body. So 90-day program, but the first 7 day and the first 21 day, we will be following up with you, and we are going to have a support, community support. Then you learn the stuff and you know how to do it because it's just setting up your new routine. Yeah. So yeah, any questions? And because I know we are over time a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody want to unmute, ask any questions?
I'm
And if
not.
you're going to do the challenge with us, just